Is it a skill issue or is it about not being format ready? Because we've had I wouldn't say overdose, but we've had a sumptuous dose of white ball cricket until the end of the World Cup, then the white ball series against South Africa as well. Was it about the key players not being red ball cricket ready in this first Test match?
I don't think it's about not being ready in red ball cricket. I would definitely put it down to lack of skill. There are certain areas which is a gaping hole in the current Indian team. You could see the two big areas for me is the third and fourth medium pacer and the middle order batting. I think both of those was definitely not up to the mark. This is not the Indian team that we are used to. This is not the kind of standard that they've set over a period of time where they've gone and competed in Australia, in England. But today, it was a day, or rather this test match was one where South Africa completely dominated us from ball one. We had glimpses of good showing from KL Rahul, Bumrah with the ball, Virat Kohli with the bat in the second innings. But in between all of that, there was absolutely nothing. And that is not something that we are used to or the players are used to, because they've set such a high standard for themselves. To come up with such a performance will hurt them pretty bad.
Now, the one thing about Rohit Sharma is that he's always been extremely candid. Before he became captain, during his captaincy, he's always been very forthright, very candid, doesn't mince his word. Now, here's what Rohit Sharma, the Indian Test captain, said about this loss. He said, well, this is a boundary scoring ground. We saw them score many, but we need to understand the opposition and their strengths as well. We did not bat well in both the innings. That's why we stand here. Not too many positives finished this game within 3 days, but KL showed what we need to do on this sort of pitch. Our bowlers, a lot of these guys have not been here before, so I do not want to be too critical. How do you read this statement, PK?
Look, I think overall he summed it up, but definitely not to the venomous nature that a lot of the fans would look at it. I think as you look at this game, if you do dissect it, you would say that the skill levels of the batters was found wanting. What happens when you play a lot of white ball cricket? You tend to push at balls. Even if you have your weight slightly in the back, it doesn't matter, because that helps you lift a ball over the infield. In Test cricket, your weight needs to be better balanced so that you're making sure the consistency of your drives goes along the ground. And also, if the ball bounces extra or keeps a touch low, you always have the opportunity to drop your wrist or make sure you get down on the ball. And because of the fact that they've played so much white ball cricket, you can see a lot of the Indian batters going really hard at the ball. Quite a few dismissals today was very, very disappointing. A few of them weight on the back foot, not willing to come on the front foot, hence missing straight full balls. With the ball, you have to say Bumrah and Ashwin. And I say Ashwin only because he bowled an economical spell, and that is pretty much what you can do as an off-spinner in these kind of conditions, and he did a good job. But the other three bowlers, I thought were okay. Siraj, to a point, I can understand. I thought he got us a couple of breakthroughs up front. He wasn't bad. But Shardul and Prasidh Krishna definitely need to up their game. I think Rohit is being very kind to them, and he's saying that it's the first time for the bowlers. They're young bowlers, but Shardul was there on the previous tour as well. He did pretty well. Today was a very ordinary performance from Shardul Thakur with the bat and the ball. Prasidh Krishna, yes, he is young, shows that he doesn't have too much first-class experience under his belt, and really showed with the ball as well. He was giving away one too many boundary balls. There wasn't any control that he was able to give the captain, and that's never a good sign in Test cricket. Yes, Centurion is a boundary scoring ground. Yes, it is a fast outfield as well. The sides are much smaller, and the South Africans made best use of it. But the Indian bowlers definitely went up to the mark, and they would know that. India prides itself in the last few years on how good the bowling attack is. But you could see that without Mohammad Shami there, this Indian attack is not what it used to be. The fact that, before we had Umesh Yadav, Ishan Sharma and a Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and that was basically our bowling attack. They gave a lot of the times they gave us at least consistency in length, and that was missing in a big way today as well.